3, 2, 1, end of test. Keying with a go.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Warbird Wednesday. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum, and today we are moving out of World War II, and we are headed into the early jet age and trainers. And it's interesting because we're moving kind of out of tail draggers, but Jason, not today, because not everybody was getting on that tricycle landing gear bandwagon, but first, my wheedling assistant, you have outdone yourself. I was a Pelican, I was a Finding Nemo. I have no idea what this is, but it is frightening. It is frightening. So I'm going to leave that to you there, and we will toss it off camera to Jason. Now, I do not have the aircraft that we're talking today because it's pretty rare. It is a Percival Prentice. Now, the Prentice was a trainer that came, we've already done the Tiger Moth. This is a fixed tail wheel, tail dragger trainer that came right after the end of World War II. In fact, its first flight was in 1946. It was introduced in 1947, fairly high build rate of 523, and it was retired in 1953. Now, what I have here, I'm going to throw the plan view up. Greg in the edit can throw a plan view up of the Percival Prentice. This is a T6, which is a comparable aircraft in time frame and speed. The aircraft the Percival Prentice did 153 miles an hour. Now, the interesting thing about this airplane was, Jason, was that it had dual controls with tandem seats up front, and you could put a third student in the back, which is really unusual. So you could actually, it was a three-seater. It had, in its initial design, it had rudder issues. It had poor spin recovery. So they changed the tail fin a little bit, the horizontal stabilizer, and they upturned the wings to change the flight profile a little bit, which did the trick. And then that aircraft really replaced the Tiger Moth, which we've talked about before. Now, what you have to think about with the British is they had the Meteor, right, which they were way ahead on the jet design, and they were very comparable to the Germans with the Me-262. But it's interesting in that they would come up with a tail dragger and a very, what I would say, dainty airplane, and you can argue with me in the comments, to begin to train their pilots, because they're headed towards jets, and everything, whether it's Meteors, Vampires, or anything that was going to follow on, would be a tricycle landing gear aircraft. Now, and you think about in the U.S., you look at the T-28 Trojan, for example, which we have covered that before because we have one in our inventory. You can see the U.S. Moving over to these, tricycle landing gear, maybe still props, but they're clearly getting the ground crews and the training, the pilots and everything ready for handling jets. How do you ground handle a jet? And with that, I am going to go ahead and put my T6 on its spindle. And my salute today, we talked about the British as, I talked about British innovation, but with the Percival, the Prentice, they could actually insert like dark panels to simulate nighttime, so you could fly during the day, but they had blackout panels in the airplane. The airplane was really ingenious, and that's what I want to talk about and it's just across the board. I've said it before, English aviation innovation at that time was just absolutely amazing. And the British, no question, set the stage for the jet age. They also inadvertently helped the Russians with that engine that the Russians reverse engineered for the MiG-15. But they really set the stage for the jet age, and a lot of that stuff that would come next. And so I want to go ahead and salute them. And with that, I am going to do Sarsaparilla, Sioux City, Sarsaparilla. I've never had Sarsaparilla, Jason. This is moderately cold. The granddaddy of all root beers. Uh-oh, cane sugar, part of the pure cane sugar mafia. It does have a California cash refund, so it's not that old. 42 grams of sugar, my word. Let's see. I don't see calories, 170. So they're all running around in that range. Jason has come up with, the last 2 or 3 have been pretty nasty. So to salute English innovation, I'm going to go ahead and open up this sarsaparilla there, Jason. All you English inventors, aviation inventors, I salute you. Root beer. Tastes like root beer. That wasn't bad. You're slipping. You've had like 3, which I had to basically just go wash my mouth out. This one's not bad, Jason. Second sip in the salute. That was very good. So what ended up happening was the Percival Prentice, and we've talked about this before, stopgap airplane. By 1953, it was retired from the English Air Force, from the Air Force in the UK. It went on, it had a limited build in Hindustan for the Indian Air Force. The Canadians, the Indians, the Argentines, and the Lebanese all operated this aircraft. There were some of that, little over 100, 523 build, were actually licensed build for the Indians. And then essentially this went on, the Prentice went on to be like what a lot of these other trainers are. They're just personal aircraft. They were sold as surplus. There are tons of surviving examples, and Greg can find those. But at that point, the aircraft went into history. Now, if you are a huge fan of the RAF and English aviation, have we got the shirt for you? This Spitfire shirt, go ahead and click on the link. This is a really nice shirt. I actually have one of these. This is, and the material is really nice. It's nice and soft. Click on that link. Jason will happily set on the weaving machine and make it for you himself. He won't do that, but he will order it and send it to you. And you'll be the first one in your block to amaze your friends with your Spitfire shirt. Now, if you came across us on YouTube or Facebook and you like what you see, which is one take Warbird videos, we do this in one take and then we get the heck out of Dodge, go ahead and give us a subscription or a like, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. Give us a comment. We love comments, and we will we take them to heart. We get a lot of viewer suggestions. So if you have some suggestions on follow-up programs, not that I go and jump off the building, that would not be good, but if you have follow-on aircraft, we're happy to do that. Now, we cannot do all of this without your donations. So if you want to send us a few pounds or lira or dollars, click on that donation link. We can certainly use it. And lastly, in the description, there are education guides. Those education guides are free, and you could, if you're homeschooling the kids, they come in really handy. If you just want to go out there and do like one experiment with the kids, there's lots of fun flight experiments in there. There's a lot of history in there. Click on those links. They're absolutely free to you. We encourage you to use them. Lastly, I'm wearing my Props and Hops shirt. Go out to our website. All of our fall programs are up. You can get tickets to everything from our chili car show and cook-off, which salutes first responders this year, to Props and Hops, to Snowtopia. We got a lot of great stuff going on. And also, we're under a remodel. We have our links out there if you want to get your loved one a brick. That we have bricks going into the front of our new entrance. You can get a brick and do a memorial for somebody. That link is out there as well. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
3, 2, 1, end of test. King with a go.
Rise to the blessed day, all my fears have gone away. I guess this means I'm here to stay. Yeah, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly. Wasn't long ago I shook at the thought of being hooked. But ever since I wrote my book, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly.
Come along and join us, we can plug you in a simulator. We'll teach you how to dance and be the